what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. I'm sorry. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if I have not done already on YouTube, after you subscribe, go ahead and there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm gonna let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm gonna give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Who is that? Photo by Dale. Photo by Dale. What's up, Photo by Dale? Warren Green. What it do? 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 Trizon Davis. I would say Trizon. Hold on, I'm gonna get that word. I'm gonna get that name right. Trizuan. Trizwin Davis. Boom, Trizwin. Let me know if I got that right. Trizwin Davis. I like those name challenges. Let me know if I got it right. Trizwin. What's up, Janine Murray? Janine Murray. Mel M, the Panther Network. What up? Fifth Ward. Sam Buckle, what it do? DJ Mr. Wonderful. HGF, what's up, Dallas? By the way, I'm still in Dallas. Boy, I've been having a good time in Dallas, man. I've been in Dallas since, what has it been, since Tuesday, I think? Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I've been in Dallas since Tuesday, having a good time. Having a good old time. Patrick Brown. Patrick said he was a high school classmate of Corey. Yeah, what was Corey like in high school, Patrick? Let me know right quick. What was Corey like in high school? Art Cold Man, what's up? Trucker LP. Trizon, okay, Trizon. Okay, I was close. Okay. Exclusive Exotic. Yes, yes, y'all. Going in, fam, going in. As y'all know, Corey Holcomb does the 5150 show every Tuesday night. And he gives like his takes on what's going on in the world. You know, latest news, you know, he talks about who's trending, and big shouts out to Craig and Dee, Darlene. Now, recently, Shacarri she made the news because of this viral clip. Well, first of all, before the clip came out, she made the news because she attacked her attacked her boyfriend, who is also a track star. He's not as big as she is, but you know he runs track. I'm not even sure if he's really a star, but he runs track. And she attacked him in the airport. And so that made the news. Well, now the clip is out. Now the video, because you know, where there's an altercation, there is a video. So now the video is out that shows Shacarri like being really aggressive with dude and pushing him and stuff. And she pushed him at one point so hard that he crashed into a column, a concrete column. Very, very aggressive. And, you know, so Corey has something to say about it. like everybody else had something to say about it. But since it's Corey Holcomb, you know, what he had to say about it went viral. Corey was saying that, hey man, first and foremost, we've been pulling for Sha'Carri. We've been rooting for Sha'Carri. Even when she got caught with the dope in her system and they suspended her, you know, in the Olympics, you know, not the Olympics, but from a track and field competition, we rooted for her. Every time there's been an incident involving her, we've been rooting for her, pulling for her. Why we do that? Because, hey, first and foremost, she's a sister. But also, man, she's from the hood and she's had a tough life. So, you know how we do that, man. We're going to embrace our people, you know, because we know what that struggle is like. But Corey was basically saying how many times, how many chances do she get before we say, nah, man, she's the problem. He talked about, hey, he said, man, what if there wasn't any cameras? Because, you know, there are women out there who like to provoke men. And they do this because they know that they're going to always get the benefit of doubt. Even if they throw the first punch or throw the only punch, a dude could end up in jail. All she got to do is just say she was attacked and you going to jail. So, and at the very least, the guy is going to be the villain in the court of public opinion, right? And he said, you know, what if there wasn't any video to substantiate what really went down? All we would have is her side of the story, and everybody be like, well, what did he do? And even though there is clear video evidence of her being the aggressor, her being the attacker, there are still people saying, well, what did he do? Like, usually, like when stuff like this happen with a woman, if a dude attack a woman, nobody asks, what did she do? They just start going straight in on the dude. Like, they throw all caution to the wind and go straight in on the dude. Oh, he need to be locked up. He's a sucker. He's a simp. Even the dudes be going in on the dude. Women go in on them automatic, but the dudes also join in and they go in on them. They don't want it. They don't care about nothing. It don't matter what she did. That's what people say. It don't matter what she did. That ain't no excuse. I mean, it don't matter what she did. There's no excuse ever to hit a woman. So we hear that all the time. But now when the roles are reversed, it's like, well, what did he do? See, this is what I'm saying. Ladies, y'all know I love you for real. You know I love you. But you can't have it both ways. You can't ask for this little thing called equality and be able to pick and choose when you want it to apply. It don't work like that. That is not how life works. And I got to call a strike and a ball a ball. I know some of y'all going to get mad at me for saying this, but I got to call a strike and a ball a ball. And for any of you who do not have the patience to listen to what I'm saying, do not have the intelligence to take in what I'm saying and be able to exercise a logic, then I ain't got nothing for you no way, right? Because I call all of it out. I call all the BS out when it's coming from the dudes or when it's coming from the women and everything in between. I call it out, point blank, period. I'm not one of those dudes who are against women or black women. I ain't that dude. I'll never be that dude. So you can't put me in that type of category. You can't put me in that box. And I'm not the dude who's a simp and gonna be riding for everything that a woman does and just automatically give her a pass. I'm not that dude either. So you can't put me in that box. What you could put me in, the box you could put me in is the box of truth. Yeah, man, a box of truth. Hell, you know what? That might be, is that a, that's a game or it's not a book. Could be a movie though. The Box of Truth. Could be a store, some type of storefront. I gotta figure that out. That sounds like something. The Box of Truth. Anyway, fam, I think that, what's up, Roslyn? Ross the boss? I think that Corey is on to something. I think he is on to something. We have been rooting for Sha'Carri for a long time. We've been rooting for Shacarri Richardson for a long time. And, you know, I think we're still rooting for her. We still hope that she can make the turn. But we can't reward bad behavior and we can't ignore bad behavior. It's a problem if you're around a woman or even a man who compromises your freedom. That's a problem. And old buddy's freedom is being compromised because it ain't over. Shacarri Richardson has an attitude problem, and it's not over. See, from what I understand, she's had a tough life, right? And she, by the way, she's from Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So it's love, you know what I'm saying? Texas, you know what I'm saying? H-Town, Texas, Dallas, you know, it's all love. She's had a tough life. But I have too, and millions and millions and millions and billions and billions and billions of people also have had a tough life. And the thing about that is that that tough life is not going to be an excuse for you to exhibit bad behavior. And at some point, you're gonna have to face your demons, and you're gonna have to take accountability for your own actions. And it don't matter what somebody else did to you way back when, or even if they did something to you today. You can't control what they did, but you still are responsible for how you react to what they did. You're gonna be held accountable for that. I've been in the courtrooms many, many times as a defendant, and I can tell you that the judge don't care nothing about your past. They don't care nothing about how you grew up in a single parent household and your mom and your daddy was alcoholics and you got beat up and abused, and they don't care nothing about none of that. They don't. They do not. And as hard as sexual assault is and physical abuse is, they're not going to give you a pass unless, you know, it's a situation where the deck is stacked and they kind of favor you and maybe they see themselves in you and you look like them and whoop, 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 and they'll give you a shot. Like, okay, look, I can see why he killed 15 members of his family. He was denied his cell phone for a week. That's traumatizing for a child. I'm gonna dismiss this case. That's the kind of stuff they do, you know? But the point is that we still are responsible for our own actions. And so no matter what he did to Sha'Carri, she's still responsible for how she reacts to what he did. So she still gotta deal with that, right? And she gotta deal with it in a way that's is not going to hurt her any further. Because that's what happened a lot of time with us. If somebody hurt us, oftentimes to get back at that person or to cope with that hurt, we end up hurting ourselves. Sometimes we take drugs, sometimes we self-medicate, sometimes we drink alcohol, sometimes we act out aggressively, violently, but we end up hurting ourselves a lot after somebody else hurts us. Instead of saying, you know what, let me fall back, let me think about this, and let me look at the best way to handle this so that I don't end up hurt even more. You dig what I'm saying? This is gonna be a short live, fam. I just want to drop this on y'all real quick. I'm gonna give a few more shout outs, and then I'm gonna let y'all have it. Let's see. Who else we got here? I see Ebony Sheree, what up? Dunn's Talk TV. Yeah, I can tell you straight up, fam, like, if I find myself around a woman who I believe that can compromise my freedom, that's a wrap. I'm not rocking like that. I'm not gonna put myself in that type of position. I don't care how much history we have, how much I love her. I'm gonna love her enough to let her go, you know, because I might flip out. So I'm gonna go ahead on and save her, let her go. And I'm gonna love myself even more to let her go. Save yourself, man. I don't think it's wise to love somebody so much that you save them and destroy yourself, or you destroy yourself while trying to save them. I don't think that's a wise thing to do. Steve Annan, what up? Trey Brown, the Palm Rhymes, Bughorse DC, what up? Sandra Salter, what it do? Marquita McAiley, hold on. Marquita McElia. Sha'Carri has a lot going for herself. She's extremely talented. She's loved tremendously. She has a huge following. She's young. If she plays her cards right, man, oh man, the sky ain't even the limit. She could run things even in track and field. She could run it for a good 10 years. I mean, run it. Do you know how good you have to be to run a sport for 10 years? An entire sport? Now, of course, what's that dude name? Lyles. What's the guy name, fam? That bad boy, Lyles. Noah Lyles, yeah. Noah Lyles might have something to say about that, right? But hell, being second to Noah Lyles ain't no. That ain't small crumbs. You know what I'm saying? That boy bad. That's a bad boy. Yeah, that's a bad boy. What's up, Reggie? Boxing Conversations. Yeah. What's up, Lena Smith? So yeah, Shacarri Richardson. Look, I'm not guessing. I ain't gonna lie, fam. I like Shacarri Richardson. I can't lie. You know, she messed up. She got to get her head right. You know, a little therapy. You know, or a lot of therapy. Whatever it takes. I really do hope she turn it around. You know, fam, I got a soft spot for the struggle, man. I got a soft spot for those who come out the struggle, you know. Just like when Holyfield and Mike Tyson was fighting, me and everybody in my neighborhood, in Fifth Ward, everybody in Fifth Ward was rooting for Mike Tyson. And it's not that we hated Evander. It ain't like we didn't like Evander. It was just that Mike had a tougher story, and we appreciated his struggle. It was that, you know, we appreciated, we could relate to his struggle. I think we could relate to Mike Tyson's struggle more than we could relate to Evander Holyfield. So it was no diss to Evander. Evander is a good guy. He's been a good guy for a long time. So it was no disrespect to Evander. It was just that we were rooting for Mike because we could relate to Mike more. That's my thoughts. And so this is why we rooted so much for Tupac. You know, Tupac had a tumultuous life. You know, his mom had him while she was in prison. He didn't have a relationship with his dad. He come from a single mother. He's in the hood, he's going to art school, you know, he's trying to do music, he's just trying to get on. And when he finally get on, you know, he got enemies, some manufactured, some legitimate, you know. And so you know, and he's talking about the struggle, he's talking about stuff that we can relate to. So that's why, you know, a lot of us gravitated towards Tupac because, you know, we could relate to him. So, and Sha'Carri is no different. Like that's my girl. You know what I'm saying? But I still got to speak on it though. I still got to call a strike and a ball a ball. You know, I still have to call a strike and a ball a ball. You know, I still love her. I still hope that she can turn it around. But this ain't it. You know, we don't own each other. You can't make somebody do something. You know, when you get into relationships, we got to stop acting like treating each other like possessions. You know, this is my girlfriend for the sake of semantics. That's it. This is just my girl. She my girlfriend because she said she my girlfriend. I'm her boyfriend because I say I'm her boyfriend. I'm her husband because we signed a piece of paper. She's my wife because we signed a piece of paper. But that piece of paper is only as good as a contract. It's only as good as the people who are willing to uphold it. And the moment somebody don't want to uphold it, you don't want to uphold those vows, and they want to say, you know what, I'm out. You got to let that be, man. It's over. Why would you want to be with somebody who don't want to be with you? That goes straight to your self-esteem. You gotta question your self-esteem. Don't let me question it. Question it. Look in the mirror and question it yourself. Say to yourself, self, why am I tripping if I love myself so much? If I think that I'm worthy, and she is the hoe that I say she is, or he is the hoe or the punk ass this that I say he is, why do I want him? If I value myself so much. See, I value myself too much to chase after anything. To chase after anybody who don't want to be with me. I value myself too much. Even if it hurts, and it's going to hurt. Oh, it's going to hurt. But I'm smart enough to know that. Give it some time. Just let time keep going by. Keep waking up. Keep working forward, keep living, going forward, keep living, keep living, keep living. And sooner or later, man, it's gonna be way in the past. You ain't gonna even be tripping on that. You're not gonna be tripping on it at all. So that's how I get down, man. I love myself too much to destroy my life over somebody who don't want to be with me. That's crazy. Think about it. Yeah, man, what you in here for? Yeah, man, I killed this hoe, man. You know, yeah, she was messing over me, man, and she was, you know, she was woo woo woo, and I. So let me get, and I'm the inmate that would tell him straight up. So you ain't here behind. So you killed a hoe? You ain't killed a woman. You didn't kill a lady. You killed a hoe. How do you feel about that now? How do you feel? Because for the next 30 years, your stupid ass gonna be sitting in here and you're gonna have to repeat that to yourself a billion times. I'm in here because I killed a hoe. Or I'm in here because I killed somebody who didn't want. So let me get this straight. She didn't want to be with you. So you decided that the best move for you would be to take her life and give your life to the state and become a legalized slave. You dumb motherfucker. See, that's how I be thinking, man. I'm thinking like, hold on, man. Risk versus reward. What makes sense? I mean, sense. Anyway, fam, that's my time. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.